usually I'm using like 1 or 2 notebooks for all 4 of my classes. And then I'll keep using them until they're completely full, because I don't like wasting. In high school, it was like every year you were getting new binders and folders and what have you, and I just felt so wasteful. So I stopped doing that. My junior and senior year, I just started reusing stuff. And I've just carried that with me. But some of my folders got ruined, and I've been filling up notebooks, so I had to get some new stuff. But anyways, let's get into it. So, this semester, I wanted to get a new backpack. Jansport. I have used the same backpack for 4 years now. It's an Adidas. It's like tan and black, but mostly tan, and I kind of just wasn't rocking with it. I was using it even though it was like didn't fit my aesthetic because it was functional. But I've been using it for a long time, and my spouse also wants like a smaller backpack. I mean, I've heard a lot about Jansport on like durability so far, and it seems nice. So figured I could ride it out for the next couple of years. And it's all black. Like, can you go wrong with all black? Extra large water bottle pocket, laptop sleeve, and limited lifetime warranty. Made in part with recycled materials. That's pretty cool. And I will tell you, this thing was not super cheap for a backpack, like a really basic backpack. I got everything from Target, and here's some serious advice. I know Target isn't cool. What the heck, Target? However, I am broke. And Target does this thing. So if you're a new or existing college student, if you submit proof that you're a college student, so I think you can do maybe your ID, I think I submitted my schedule. But if you do that, every year you can get 20% off your like a one purchase. So if you're doing back to school shopping, it's really, really useful. So you'll see in this that not everything is school related, because you just get like 20% off a big purchase. So if it's about to be, I know that it's gonna be really close to school being back already, but if you still have like some things that you don't need, or you're getting your syllabuses later, because by the time I post this, I think most colleges will have started. But if you take a look at your syllabi, and you're like, oh, I still need this, this, and this, or I want to get a lunch bag because dining hall food stinks or something, you can still use that. Or if you're like, I want to splurge and get a bunch of makeup, kind of like I did, you can totally do that. I think this was close to like $60-$70 without the discount. Not cheap. This better last me, or I'm gonna be really mad. Anyways, I hate binders. For everyone out there, middle school, high school, college, or whatever, binders suck in school because no one hole punches anything, and 9 times out of 10, they just want you to keep it in a folder, and you're going to be constantly unclicking that thing, and it takes up a whole bunch of room in your backpack. Don't get binders, get folders, get a notebook. And a lot of notebooks do come with folders like built into them, so stop wasting money and space with binders. I don't know why schools still recommend them. I have never found a binder useful in my school life. In my day-to-day, maybe I'll put like recipes and stuff in it, but not useful. Step on the inside. I went out and bought these today when I'm filming it, and my spouse knows that I do this, obviously, but in the car on the way back they said that you can do all sorts of triggers, and you can do zippers and tippy taps and what have you, and I was making fun of them, and they were like, well, what do you call it? And I was like, just tapping. But today they're tippy taps for them. Alright. We got a couple folders in here, so. Next thing is this. The decomposition one I think was only a couple bucks. I think I have my receipt. I do. Let's see, the decomposition was $2.25, which isn't bad. Because I'm going to use those for a long time. That I would say get plastic ones. I know plastic isn't great, but they last a lot longer than the paper ones, like the cardboardy ones. Those ones get damaged when you're walking in the rain, or just putting them in and out of your bag. The corners get really bent. Plastic ones, if you keep reusing them, it's a really good investment. Oh, this is not 5-star. I thought it was 5-star for some reason. It's a Hue Brands 2-pocket folder with prongs, so if you get a whole bunch of stuff, see, that's another thing, is if you get stuff that's a whole bunch and they want that, get a folder like this. You can put the prongs in and it'll hold it, and it's not taking up a whole bunch of room in your backpack. Especially if you're one of those high schools or you're in college and you're allowed to take your backpack from class to class. Even then, it's really hard to fit it all in a locker. And this one was also $2.25, which I think beats the price of a binder. I didn't look because I do not give a shit about binders. I hate them. Yeah, let's have some fun. Don't make fun of my nails. I don't like painting them. I just do too much with my hands, so I can't sit still. So I do them every once in a while. I'll probably do them here in a couple days. So, if I haven't mentioned it already, I am an art student. But I have a business minor. So I take a couple business classes here and there that I need like notebooks for, and in some of your art classes, like art history or even just general art classes, you still need to take notes. But I think I have one more pages in, so I'm going to be using that. And I've gotten this one before from 5-Star, recycled. It lasts really well. I like the cover of it. I think it's really cute with like all like the pine trees. I love pine trees. But 100% recycled plastic cover, 100% post-consumer waste recycled paper, and 80% recycled wire. That rocks. I like notebooks. I like taking notes. They're not fancy. I do highlighters sometimes, but just so I can spot vocabulary words really fast. My handwriting really sucks. I don't know if I've shown my handwriting, but it sucks. But usually, even if I don't reference the notes later, just writing stuff down activates like your active memory, and you just actually think about what is being told to you better, and it helps with retention since you have to think about what they're saying and you have to think about writing it down and how to summarize it. Sometimes it's nice to even go back and summarize your own notes. This one's really cute, and this lasts you forever. Like, don't be afraid. It's not like the sexiest thing in the world to have like last year's notes and you have to like flip through a whole bunch of it. And everyone loves getting new stuff every year, but I think it's really worthwhile instead of having a bunch of wasted paper or a bunch of half-finished notebooks lying around to just either rip out the pages that you already used or just continue writing in it. It'll save you a lot in the long run. And helps with the planet too. Reduces your waste. And the notebook was $5.99. But this will last me at least 2 semesters, probably 3, depends on how many of my classes want me to take notes or how many I should take notes in. Alright, let's see, then we have some pencils. So, something you should also know about me. I don't like pencils. It makes my handwriting look bad. And I hate the feeling of them. Like the graphite scratching on the page. It sucks. But I'm an artist in art school. I need pencils. And my spouse really likes these, and I got one of these in like, at least in my school. They have kind of like an art co-op thing. I don't know what they call it. Where in classes they will provide you with the basics for like a smaller fee, and they had pencils like these. I usually use like cheap mechanical pencils, and I loved it so much. There was so much more like eraser. I hate having to like switch from eraser to pencil. And they got extra erasers, extra lead, and I try to take really good care to not lose pencils and pens. One, because I mostly have pens that are Pilot G2s, which are my all-time favorite. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I have almost every single color I think they've ever produced. And my favorite is not the bright red, but like their dark, like burgundy red. But these were $6.39. I kind of splurged with this one. Them, and I like to keep these nice, and it comes with so much other stuff. This will last me a while, probably until I graduate. Maybe not the erasers though. Alright, gel inside of ice packs, so you can freeze the whole bag and not have to worry as much about ice. I still put an ice pack in usually, but it'll keep it colder for longer. We have the one that we have though. We usually use when we're going to like the beach or going out or whatever, and the shape of it doesn't fit inside of bags very well, and I want to be able to take this on campus because I'm in class through lunch, so I want to make sure I have something to eat, and I need this for my job too. They didn't have it in black. Boo. But I really liked the shape of this one. It collapses down much nicer than our other one. And that way the other one, my spouse can use if I'm at school or whatever. Not much to it. I have a hard time finding like the right size with lunch boxes because they are either they're like too small, they're for like kids and you can't fit Tupperwares and like actual like meals in it, or they don't fold down. Like I hate the ones with hard sides, like structured sides, because they take up so much room. Like you can't ever fold them down and like put them away or fit them conveniently in like your bags. Sorry, I'm being such a hater in this video. I don't know how much that one is. I bought that not at Target, but I think it was around $20. So next we're getting into the purchases I made that are more self-serving. But I got the 20% off, so it's I think most of this stuff is gonna be like makeup type stuff. I think I left something in my bathroom that I wanted to put in here. I didn't. I'll just take a break and grab it at some point, probably towards the end. But the first thing I have is e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara Mega Volume and Lift. I already busted into. I use the products on my face today. I am going to an event tomorrow. I record these videos in advance, so you will not know. If you hadn't guessed, I don't wear this every day, but I really get the chance to when I'm at school and when I go to events. So my friend and I are going to a music event, and I wanted to get some good stuff so that way my makeup will last longer. I think I mentioned it that I've been using this like really dried out Tarte sample I got years ago that's probably super expired. I finally had to throw it away because I got this. I'll take it out. But it's purple, it's really cute. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea. This is like really intense, and can be kind of like clumpy, but with this kind of like makeup, like you need intensity. Oh, it looks really good. I really like it. That sounds so good. I'm usually not a fan of that sound, but I guess with me doing it, I enjoy it. This is my first time trying it. I can be really sensitive to mascaras. It bothers my eyes. My eyelashes stick straight out, so a lot of that stuff can get in my eye. But I really like it so far. I think it has like enough volume and definition to balance out these looks, because my white foundation will get on my eyelashes. It really washed me out. It does the same thing with my eyebrows. I forgot to fill in my eyebrows. We're not talking about that, but my eyebrows are already thick and dark, so it doesn't matter. Next, I finally got a setting powder. The thing about this, the foundation I use, which is like LA Colors or something like that, if you were curious, is that it feels like it never dries, so it's constantly like wet and movable on your face, and it creases really bad because it's white foundation. So I've been wanting to get a setting powder, like completely translucent powder, for a really long time. And now I got one. It is the NYX Professional Makeup. Oh, the e.l.f. mascara was $6 maybe. 6 or 8. I think it's $6. They have it weirdly labeled on here where I bought the 2 e.l.f. products and it just says e.l.f. I think that one was $6. But I don't know, it's $6 or $8. That's really good. I like e.l.f. makeup. This is the NYX HD Studio finishing powder. I like NYX too. That's what I use for my eyeliner and technically lip liner. And this was $11.99. Hopefully it lasts me a while. Also glad to have gotten this because someone requested a makeup, like doing your makeup video, like a roleplay, but where I'm scamming you the whole time. Which I like my roleplays to be more fun and goofy, because I can't take myself seriously when I'm doing that stuff. So I think that'd be really fun to do. The next thing I got, I also use this, so it's gonna like look dirty, is the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. Use wet or dry. I haven't had a beauty blender this whole time. I know. I love beauty blenders. However, got one. Couldn't afford one. And my fingers were working just fine for the most part. It just took a lot longer. And it could be a lot heavier on my face. But I finally got one. And it went by so much faster. It is so much like more even and a lighter coating on my face. So really rocking with it. And this one was $6 or $8. Don't know which. Gotta get under your eyes. On your chin too. And under your jaw. See, yeah, get under. If you're anything like me, you raise your eyebrows while you're doing your makeup and then you crease it before you can blend it out and set it. But I don't want to get white foundation on that. But I really like it. I mean, it's a makeup sponge. I don't know how wrong you can go with a makeup sponge. Yeah, $6 or $8, something like that. because it matched my natural lip color. And I put on chapstick every morning, and it's nice to have like just like a pop of color. Because as I said, I don't really wear this all the time, and I wear more intense eye makeup. I do like eyeliner, like thick eyeliner like this, and then the rest of my face will be kind of plain. So it's nice to have like just a little extra hint of color, especially in like the dry months when your lips are really pale. But it's in Red Dahlia. I love this thing. And I haven't gotten it in a while because I just had other chapsticks. But mine that I got from like a local little store went through the wash, and I was doing really good about not putting it through the wash. But I had an interview and I took it with me instead of leaving it in my bathroom like I normally do. And it went through the wash. So I got this one. That was $4.99. And if you take good care of like your chapsticks and make sure that you don't put them in the wash or lose them, they will last you like forever. As you can probably imagine, my strategy is I just leave it in the same place every time. I do the same thing with claw clips. All I use is claw clips. I think if I reach under the desk, I might have. I have them everywhere in my house. I have them in my bathroom, in my bag, in my work bag, in the kitchen. I use them all the time. I have a lot of hair, even though both sides are shaved. I still have a lot of hair, and I hate the feeling of it touching me. But it's to have like a designated spot for it. So for me, it's usually my bathroom because I'll put it on before I leave after I'm done getting ready. So having like a designated, so like it always goes back in my purse, or it always goes back in my bag, or it always stays in my bathroom, really helps. So even getting like 2 of them, so you have one that's always in like your bag or in your car. Like your car can be iffy because it can melt it, but having like one that you take with you, like, oh, it's always in my bag that I take with me, and then one that's at home, you have a much less likely chance of losing that in the wash. So there's my other lots of advice today, is have a designated spot for your chapstick and like stick to it. Like, don't, oh, I brought it downstairs but I'll just leave it down there, I'll put it in my pocket, I'll put it back. No, put it back upstairs, or put it back in your bag. That's how you lose things. Anyways, the last thing is a nail polish. I use Essie almost like exclusively. This is in the color Licorice. It's black. Sue me. I have a black nail polish, if you couldn't tell from previous videos. But it's a quick dry, and I hate quick dries. They don't actually quick dry for me. They just dry on top, and then they're really smushy underneath. And when I go to sleep with it, because usually I do stuff in the evening, it will just get like imprints, and it takes forever to dry, and it gets really clumpy really fast, and like the inside dries too because everything's quick dry. So I'm just sticking with regular nail polish. I would do gel, but I'm not made of money. Again, sue me. Actually, don't. I can't afford to be sued. But I'll just pick this up. That way I'm not stressing about doing my nails. I know I said I'd go get the other thing, but I really don't want to, because this is not the only video I'm filming tonight. Anyways, this is, or was, $9.99. Etsy's not cheap, but again, if you take care of the stuff and you use it, you get a lot of uses out of it. And pick out colors that you like and you know you're gonna use. This whole thing is basically use what you got and pick up things that you know you'll use. Easy squeezy, easy as that. The last thing that I'm not gonna grab because I don't want to is micellar water. I had just been taking this stuff off with face wash, and that's really ineffective for like my lipstick and stuff. where you're like scrubbing, but micellar water kind of just like melts that stuff away, lets you soak it. So I got that too, and that was $8.99. So before tax and my 20% off, it was $121.83 for all this stuff. Just invest in good things and invest in the things that you will use, and use the things that you invest in is my biggest thing. And again, it's not the most glamorous all the time. Like sometimes things are falling apart, or sometimes you have to mend things, or sometimes they get a little wear and tear. I think that stuff is beautiful, personally. That people get use out of their things and mend stuff. I love mending. I used to mend my socks, and then I got new socks because mine, they were like really falling apart. And there's no crime in that. Sometimes you have to get new stuff because things are damaged and irreparable. Or like lessen your quality of life. Just buy the things that you love and use the things that you have. That's your Severus PSA for today. My full name is Severus, but I usually go by Sever or Sev. But that'll be all for today. I hope that you guys have a great week, and if you have school coming up for the semester, have a great semester, or if you're just working, great new season to you. I know summer's coming to a close and that sucks, but there's always next summer and fall. That's my favorite time. That's the time to thrive. But let me know if you have any questions or comments about any of the things I shown. Anything about my makeup. I love talking about makeup. Or anything about college or high school. I'm going through college. I'm a first-gen student. And I am legitimately a big sibling. So I would absolutely love to help out anyone who is nervous or struggling, or just simply wants advice or someone to talk to. I love going through my comments. So if you guys at all have any questions, concerns about college, obviously I don't know everything. And I'm an art student, so it's like, is biology bad? Yeah, it's bad. I had a roommate who studied bio and chem. But I would love to talk about this if I'm doing the same thing with my sister right now. So let me know. Anyways, I always have the longest outros because I ramble. Rest easy. And I hope to see you